Hi, I'm Fan Bu. I'm the Titan Award winner for methodological research. It's my great honor to be here and share my rather short but hopefully still somewhat interesting journey at Odyssey. Before joining Odyssey, I was a student in statistics, so I'm a statistician by training. When I was doing my PhD work, I got really interested in how to use modern and different modes of data to help us understand the dynamics of infectious diseases. So in my PhD dissertation, I developed some statistical methods to combine different modalities of data, such as contact tracing data, to help us get more understanding on how a disease may spread among a population with interesting structures. So at the time, I was already moving towards the direction of public health, just not really working on massive scale data. But it kind of changed for me in late 2020 when I was pondering life choices after graduating. I saw this tweet from Mark. He was advertising for a postdoc position at his group, and I saw all of those hot words that really clicked with me. So I reached out to Mark, and in a short Zoom meeting, Mark, being an extremely compelling speaker, shared the vision of Odyssey that got me super excited. And so in 2021, after I graduated, I went to UCLA and joined Mark's research group. And that's the beginning of my Odyssey journey. Now, 1 year later, I'm still really a newbie at Odyssey. I don't think I have a lot to share, but if I have to, then first of all, I have to be honest and say that there is indeed a learning curve at the very beginning. And for me, that learning curve has been really steep because I'm from a statistical mathematical background. So I had to learn all the terminology in epidemiology and in medicine so that I could communicate with people. And it was like learning a completely new language. On top of that, I had to get familiar with the whole suite of Odyssey tools so that I could participate in running and even developing studies. But after climbing the learning curve for a while, I got kind of used to the infrastructure. And so at some point, I felt more or less comfortable to make some individual contributions. So that's how I got involved with the FDA SuperBest initiative with on the Odyssey side to improve on the procedures for vaccine safety surveillance from a Bayesian perspective. Because I was trained as a Bayesian statistician, I was able to do some work and make a little bit of contribution. And this is also the work that I shared at the symposium last month. More recently, I started getting involved in more studies. For example, the Legend Initiative. Right now, I'm doing some work for estimating the comparative effectiveness for drug level for type 2 diabetes. Something that I really want to share is that in the past year, I have learned to appreciate the massive amounts of work that veterans and pioneers at Odyssey poured into building the infrastructure of Odyssey that made all kinds of methods research possible. So I'm going to be cheeky here and steal from Patrick's Lego bricks metaphor. So it's kind of like this for me. At the foundation is the OMOPCDM, the common vocabulary that that kind of unifies all kinds of healthcare systems so that we can transcend the boundaries of concept codes. We can transcend the boundaries of even countries and continents so that we can operate at a global level, which allows us to broaden our horizons for evidence discoveries. And on top of that is the powerful, powerful suites of all kinds of tools that allow us to do studies at Odyssey. What I really want to emphasize is the Hades tool stacks, the Hades packages, because even fitting a very simple linear model on billions of patient records is a daunting, difficult computational task. But the superhumans, the geniuses at Odyssey were able to figure out all of those computational problems for all of us, so that at least for me, for a methods researcher, I don't have to worry about the computational burdens. This is really important because at Odyssey, all of us can play our own individual parts, make our own individual contributions, but together we fit so nicely. And together we move towards more reliable, more reproducible, more transparent evidence extraction from real world data so that we can move towards better and higher quality healthcare. For me, that's a really beautiful and powerful vision. And at least from my kind of limited experience in the past year, that kind of journey is really exciting, and I really hope to keep riding along in this exciting journey. So moving forward in the future, as a methods researcher myself, I of course want to get involved in a lot more interesting research projects within Odyssey. So one thing, for example, that I'm currently quite interested in is techniques for distributed computing on federated data networks, which is exactly the data setting at Odyssey. So right now we're able to extract some functional representations of one-dimensional estimates, for example, the effect or comparative effectiveness of certain drugs to treat certain diseases. But in the future, we want to be able to extract more detailed, more nuanced, hopefully higher dimensional information from individual data sets so that when we do meta-analysis, we can move towards personalized predictions or things like differential effect estimations for latent phenotypes among diverse populations. And that would require a very careful design to strike a balance between individual precision and computational efficiency. And I would imagine that this kind of work would be the joint effort between practitioners and the methods researchers and even theorists. And so if you're interested in doing studies, in doing research like this one, please shoot me a message offline and we can definitely chat more and try to collaborate. So this basically is the end of my very little short talk. And it's been a real pleasure, and we really hope that if you are a newbie, a junior researcher at Odyssey, and if you're kind of hesitant about whether or not you want to be a part of Odyssey, please do. It's been a great experience for me, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a great experience for you. Thank you.